My name is Celeste, and the name of my speech is called More Than Immigration. So, for as long as I can remember, my parents would tell me stories about them crossing the border to come to America and the people that always kicked them back out of the country. Me being my younger, naive self, I immediately labeled these people as bad guys, knowing they were always bothering my parents, just leave them alone. They want to come, like let them come. Of course, now that I'm older, I revoke my claims. They are not bad people. It's just ICE, and ICE was doing their job, a good job at it. And well, as we know, or as I said, ICE plays a huge role when it comes to immigration, as stated in the acronym itself: immigration and custom enforcement. So, they reinforce the laws about immigration. Who blames them? But upon further inspection, I found out ICE helps with other things besides immigration, including terrorist threats, child exploitation or human trafficking, and drug importation as well. So, did you know ICE came to be known as the ICE we know today because of the 9/11 attack? Well, as we know, the 9/11 attack was a huge terrorist coup plan acted upon in 2001. It devastated the country. And along with the devastation came the questions, of course. Who could have done it? Why did it happen? How could it happen? But the big important question we should have focused on, and they did, the government, was how are we going to stop it from happening again? Well, that's where ICE came in. The government ended up giving ICE more power than it originally had. And now ICE plays a huge role in stopping alien threats, which is how one of the cool reasons that ICE is the way it is today. And also, ICE is a huge role in JTTF, or Joint Terrorism Task Force. This task force is led by the FBI. As we know, the FBI also keeps an eye out in watching for potential threats. But it spread so thin, well, it needed extra help, and that's where JTTF came in. JTTF is more local based. Maybe even near El Paso there's one, or Texas there's one. That way they can help. And well, according to the Department of Homeland Security, ICE is the largest federal contributor to the Joint Terrorism Task Force that we know today, which is pretty neat, knowing that ICE is a part of also preventing terrorist attacks. So, knowing there hasn't been a 9/11 attack, it's all thanks to ICE, really. So, now that we know ICE helps in stopping potential threats, what about actual threats like human or child sex trafficking? Well, it's a good thing they help in that too, along with HSI, or the Homeland Security Investigation. Both of them come together to detect, track, and stop sex traffickers. Basically, they work on intel. You hear a little rumor. I heard this weird, sketchy thing is going on in so and so. ICE is gonna go and investigate. Maybe they heard this person seems kind of sketchy. They go and investigate. ICE is like on it. They are on everything, either on the internet or even off the internet. Johnson, who works for Homeland Security today, stated that last year they arrested 2,197 individuals in connection with human trafficking and identified more than 400 trafficking victims. That is a lot, and that is with ICE's help. So, of course, it's kind of neat. Along with HSI, of course, there are many programs that help stopping and prevent child sex trafficking, including Hero and Protect. So, knowing we have people watching our backs for human threats, what about non-human threats, like drugs? Well, ICE has been known before the 9/11 attack. More specifically, ice has been known for hundreds of years. Since early history, in fact, we have been facing the issues of illegal drug trading throughout the country. According to the article History of Drug Trafficking on history.com, well, it all started in the 1800s when Chinese immigrants introduced opium. Of course, unfortunately, people began getting addicted to opium, wanting more. They would tell people, bring it to the US when they knew they weren't supposed to. And that came the increments of opium, along with other things as well. Well, of course, it's developed way more than opium, ever since the 1800s, of course. Now we have infamous cartels and mafia members being involved in illegal drug trading, which is equally as bad. But ICE is on it as well to stopping it. Similar to that as child sex trafficking, they work on intel. If they hear some big deal is going down, they're gonna go there. Some even go undercover, like a spy movie, where they themselves pretend to be the investors and decide to buy the drug, and they meet face to face with the people in charge, and next you know, boom, busted. So yeah, ICE plays a huge role in stopping the drug transportation as well as the leaders themselves, cartels including El Chapo and other mafia important people that we know. So yes, in the end, ICE has a lot of involvement when it comes to immigration, but it has a lot of involvement in other things as well. Why haven't we had terrorist attacks? ICE. Why has there been a decrease in sex trafficking? ICE. Why has there been a decrease in illegal drug trade? ICE. It's all thanks to ICE. Not only is ICE about immigrations, as the acronym says, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So it's pretty neat knowing that ICE is much more than just deporting people. Thank you, ICE, for everything, and thank you guys as well.